So let's do a quick crypto market update. The market hasn't changed much. I'll show it to you. What do I mean by that? Bitcoin is still sitting at 87,200. Now it's 196. It is moving, but the thing is that it is pretty much where it was yesterday as well. It is not a bad thing. It just shows that the market is pretty much holding well. It is trying its best to continue with this upward journey. Our target is $94,000. This is where our target is. This is where we want Bitcoin to go. Once it touches that area, that will confirm the market has lost all kinds of bearish sentiments, at least for a month and a half. And we are on an upward journey, which gives us a comforting news that December is going to be nice, and maybe January would get better as well. But we don't need to get that excited. We just need to deal with November and December. So that will happen. And so far things are nice. It's just that we don't have a confirmation of the upward rally. Of course, from $80,000, $82,000, we are talking about going up. So far it is going up. Things are in action, but we are missing a solid confirmation, which is at $94,000. Bitcoin is not making much move, but the rest of the market is really moving nice. When I say nice, I mean that altcoins are moving in a more aggressive manner, and I shared that yesterday as well. I told you that when we talk about the rest of the market, they are going to outperform Bitcoin. If you look at Ethereum at $2,900, if you look at anything else, they all are doing pretty well, because the overall rally is about the rest of the market. It is not about Bitcoin. Now, from the influencers perspective, you can say that the Bitcoin dominance is going down and the rest of the market is going up. It is not necessarily because of that, but they can go and act onto that correlation. But when we talked about ETF inflows and outflows yesterday, I showed you that there was $11 million of inflow on ETF, and I told you that this is not real. ETF inflow information is always late. You get to see the actual information with 1 day delay, and that is exactly what happened when I looked at it again today. I'll show it to you now as it has updated. Now you can see the actual number. It is $128 million of inflow, and it is not 11 million. I told you that the ETF inflow and outflow information, if you look at it in terms of real time or at least on the same day, is useless, and that makes it a useless indicator. If you're trying to make a decision on the day of Monday, you would not see the information of Monday right away. You will get to see it only on Tuesday, which makes it useless for real terms. But when we are looking at it as a historic data, yes, that would work. Unfortunately, even though all of this information is on blockchain, this should be instant, but it is not. I think I pretty much blame institutions for it. I think they are doing this on purpose, or I don't know what the hell is delaying it for so much. Anyway, the overall market and the conditions, they're all good. We talked about USDT dominance, how it is hitting the resistance and reversing from there, which again indicates that all the money is flowing towards the altcoins, and we are seeing that right now in the altcoin market as well. Other than that, I don't see anything in the market that would make me think that the market is turning bad. The monthly closing is close, and that really matters. I'll show it to you on Bitcoin. Why does it matter? Let me change this to 1 month, and then we can discuss it. So if we look at 1 month candle of Bitcoin, you can see that it is a big ass candle. It is really horrible. So this was our October, this was September. So when we talk about months before November, they all are really high, and the levels that we are talking about, unfortunately, it is at 109,600. Bitcoin needs to totally eradicate this candle, go to that level, then it will close above the area of October. Unfortunately, that is not going to happen. We don't have much time left. We have like 4 days. Today is 26. For us to close November green, the chances of that are 5% at max. 95% of the chances are to close November red. And I think this is going to be one of those case scenarios that is going to put in a bit of panic in the market. But like I said, that we are not going to look at indications. I don't believe in crypto market cycles. I don't think that the 4-year cycle concept works anymore, or your influencers that used to share that 180 days after Bitcoin halving this happens, or 200 days after Bitcoin halving that thing happens. All of that bullshit is done and dusted. There are no more cycles. There are no more correlation. Even the relationship of Bitcoin with the rest of the market is broken. That is why I don't use the Bitcoin dominance anymore. I told you that now the money that flows into crypto or into Bitcoin is not from USDT, USDC. It is from US dollar directly. It goes from bank to Bitcoin, back from Bitcoin to bank. The relationship is broken. So if you're using Bitcoin dominance as an indicator, it is not going to help you because its relationship is broken now. And now you need to look at other perspectives in commingle. Anyway, the overall situation has changed. So the cycles and the indicators and that November should turn green and all that stuff is totally irrelevant anymore. I wouldn't consider it, but unfortunately the public at large, they still look at it because there are influencers who are dramatically famous than me. They would go and they would say, you know, November is red, this is not good, this is bad. It just indicates that things are going to get nasty. I don't think so. I don't think that the market is going to turn nasty. I think that the market is still on an upward rally. It is still on an upward journey. We actually turned Monday green. We held on to Tuesday as well. We didn't make Tuesday red either. It's been at least 4 consecutive days that we have tried to stay green. I think market is trying to catch up. And if we get one red day, let's say that the market pulls back a little, that's okay. But once we go and hit the area of $94,000 on Bitcoin, the rest of the market is going to rally really aggressively. I think by then we will already have Ethereum above $3,000. You will have BNB above 900 again, Solana above 150 again. I think everything is going to start rallying really hard, and I think that is the time when FOMO will kick in, and everyone who was waiting for really crappy prices, they will start buying at higher prices and they would start pushing everything up. That will lead to the rally. All we need is 94, and from here 94 is $7,000 far away. This is pretty much the spot from where we started crashing down. $87,000 is an important area. So until and unless we go below $87,000 for more than 2 days, I would still expect it to go and hit 94, and I would expect the market, overall crypto market, to only stay green and continue to rally. Of course, not all of the market rallies together, but they take turns, and I would expect coins to only keep on moving up and not down. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or I have touched on a topic and you expect me to explain a bit more, I'll try my best to explain that to you in the comments. Leave a comment, and I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, because if you're not interacting with the video, or if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see all the 10 videos that I make every day. You're going to miss out on it, and I think you are educated enough to understand what to subscribe and what not to, because if you want to miss out on it, then why not? It's for your own good, and you should know better what is good for you.